Thank you, Karibu Your Excellency.
Gusha. Iko sawa? Mnaona mkuru waje? Kwa nini wanataka kutuangusha hawa watu? Na wanaona tumekuja wote, tuko hapa na tumekaa gangari. Mko my sons, mko hapo? Ebu niwaone vizuri. Ebu na mwasalimie waone watoto wangu. Nawapenda sana sana na zaidi. I love you very much. Ninataka muniambia mnanipenda. Unajua mama akipendwa na watoto wake anafurahi sana. Do you love me? And I love you more. Nikiwaona roho yangu inachangamka. Mko sawa? Unajua wanaonanga tu, anaona ovyo ovyo nyinyi, lakini wajue hawa ni watoto wa Pastor Dorcas. Hata wao wamezaliwa na wanani. Hebu waulizeni. Nyinyi mko na mama wa nguvu. Na ninawapenda, nitawapenda mpaka mwisho. Na nilisema nitakimbizana na nyinyi mpaka niwatoe hapo, niwaone mumefanya kazi, mumepata wasichana. Tutawasafisha sawa sawa. Watashangaa wakiwaona hivi. Nyinyi ndio miungiza ya Bwana nyinyi. Si nilisema? Na nyinyi ndio mko hapa. Na mkipona tukitoka huko, kuna watu watawapatia kazi. Hamutarudi huko mitaani. Tutaenda kwa kazi na sisi tujenge taifa. Si ndio? Nataka kuwaonyesha watu wengi ambao tunashirikiana nayo, ndio nyinyi, na muwete kufasa na nafasi ya kuboresha afya yenu na pia maisha yenu. Mnataka kusikia ni kina nani wako? Wa kwanza kuna deputy governor hapa wa Nairobi. Yeye ndiye ana represent Governor Sakaja. Na tukishirikiana na hawa, hii mto Nairobi tutaosha. Mko tayari? Na miti tutapanda. Na si tutapanda tu hivi, lazima tutalipwa. Tuko na women rep wetu na memuona Esther Pasali, tumpigie makofi. Tuko na member of parliament Mama Dago, ndio huyo. Tuna Jaras mheshimiwa. Na tuko na representative wa Dagoretti South, yule amekuja kwa sababu KJ hayuko, lakini ametumana, lakini ndio huyo representative. Na pia tuko na permanent secretary, representative wa serikali. Nataka muwaone kwa sababu hii kazi si ya mtu mmoja. Tutapambana mpaka mutatoka huko mitaani. Niseme tuko na wengine ambao wako hapa na ni partners. Mumesikia kuna mabenki, kuna makanisa, na sisi wote tumekuja kwa sababu tunataka kuboresha maisha yenu. Kuna mambo mingi sana ambayo tunaona, na mimi nilisema mimi ndio mama boys. Kila ninapowaona hata huko kwa streets, nikiwaona huko mitaani, nawaambiaga hata mimi nilikuwa huko kwa ghetto. Wale walikuwa wanaonanga mitandao, ninawakwambia mimi nilitoka ghetto ya Kiandutu. Kama ungekuja 1972 ungenipata hapo. Unfortunately wengine hawakuwa wamezaliwa. Lakini kutoka Kiandutu, kutoka Korogosho, kutoka Sinai, kutoka pale tumetoka, haijalishi, Mungu atawabariki. Wacha niwaambie, kama mungeniona siku hizo, hata nyinyi mko wasafi bwana. Uzuri tu Mungu alinizuia si kuchoma. Na ninamshukuru sana, kama nilikuwa nimechoma hivi, sasa singekuwa hapa. Na sasa mungepata mama wapi? Mokoro angetoka wapi? Na ndio nimesema kwa sababu Mungu alinisaidia. Unajua mimi nikiwaangalia hivi, watu wengi wakiwaona vile mko mumevaa, wanafikiria ni watu ambao hawawezi hawafai, lakini nyinyi hawa ni watu wazuri sana. These are very good people, that is what I'm saying. These are my children. I have been working with them. I come from a background like that one. And it is possible when you see them the way they are, you may think that they don't know the direction. They just need to be guided. These are great men. These are great fathers. These are great leaders. These are great artists. These are great business entrepreneurs. The only thing they need is our guidance. Kile tu munahitaji ni tuwashikilie na tuwaonyeshe njia. Ni kweli au si kweli? Lakini my boys, my sons, kuna kitu ningetaka tusikizane leo. Lazima tubadilishe nia. Tuache hii mambo ya kuchoma, kukunywa bangi, mapombe ambayo zina tuharibu. Na ndio umeona nimekuwa nikitumana huko, ndio tuanze miradi ambayo itabadilisha na kuboresha maisha yenu. Na ndio tukasema leo munikubalie nisome, kwa sababu ile nasoma ni ya hawa wako nyuma, si ndio? Munakubalia niwaongeleshe hawa wako nyuma yangu, ndio wasikie niwatetee. Niwatetee. Kwa hivyo nyinyi msikize tu, lakini naongelesha wale wako wapi? Kwa sababu ningetaka waungane na mimi ndio tuweze kuendelea mbele, tupate hizo nafasi za kazi, tupate chakula, tupate na kandarasi, ajira, na hawa ndio wadosi. Si ndio? Kwa hivyo niwaongeleshe, si ndio? I've just told them I need just to read my speech so that you can also appreciate, because these young men of mine, my sons, they also want you to hear what we have for you so that you can know how to partner, collaborate, and help them. These are wonderful children and I love them. It is an exciting moment for me to launch Nairobi County, this cohort of men who desire to change, and to live unchained from the shackles of alcohol, drugs, and substance abuse. I most sincerely appreciate the leaders and the partners who have sacrificed their time to mark this event with us, and many others who have supported us to make this day a success. I also make special mention of others who are supporting us in prayer that the vision of my office, a dignified future for the vulnerable, populations, for the boy child, widows and orphans, and people living with disabilities be realized. Ladies and gentlemen, the launch of this wellness camp in Nairobi is a culmination of hours of hard work and pushing against the tide of addiction. However, as Prophet Jeremiah tells us, we are all clay in the Master's hands. Sometimes we are broken and remolded to fit the purpose of our Creator. So the boys you see sitting down here are some of the pots that are broken, with their hopes have been dashed, but today we are coming so that we may restore hope and redirect their destinies. Mnaona sasa makaratasi inakataa kazi kwa sababu kuna upepo mwingi. Wacha tuende sasa tuongee kutoka kwa hii. Sasa tumetoka analog, hata mkoro amepanda bei. The cohort present with us. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's okay. Was selected following a rigorous and elaborate process of listing, screening, and a medical camp held on 14th and 15th of August 2023. Allow me to express my special gratitude to the clergy for sacrificing their time, and in particular Bishop Mureithi. Together with our officers, they have mobilized from Dagoretti North, Dagoretti South, Kawangware, Kangemi, Waithaka, and Kibra, and about 750 people or young men attended the 2-day camp and screening exercise. I also I want to thank the medical team from Aga Khan Hospital and Karen Hospital, Dagoretti Health Center, as well as many volunteers who were present around the clock to ensure the screening and the medical camp became a success. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not an easy thing to tackle a growing pandemic that has affected our youth in decades. In many forums, both local and international, I have called drug and substance abuse a demonic agenda, and rightly so. Whenever in the epoch of history, a nation was severely attacked, as a systematic approach was used to destroy the lives of boys. I urge you all to revisit the history of mankind, both in the scriptures and the books of history. Men are strategically targeted for destruction, pushing a nation back in terms of procreation, productivity, and development. Siku zote, shetani akitaka kuangamiza taifa, anaandamana na mtoto wa kiume. Ashindwe kabisa. Ladies and gentlemen, in the month of May this year, I visited the drug dens of Mombasa. Our men at midday were in a stupor and turned into zombies because of cocaine, heroin, and other drugs. I was particularly saddened to see innocent children born in drug dens. This is sad reality across our nation. The economic drivers of our nation are now in the gutters. Drug dens, in the bars, in the streets, and some in our homes. These men, who are the seed carriers, cannot procreate, let alone bring up families. Just like a watchman, we must sound the alarm when we see danger. A generation will be lost if we do not do something and salvage the boys and the men from path of destruction. I have also visited rehabilitation centers and observed sadly that 50% of the patients are either college or university students or graduates. Our gifted and clever children are studying courses such as engineering, actuarial science, ICT, and other courses are also caught up in the monies. Many of them have expressed a genuine desire to get to treatment and go back and complete their studies. Others desired treatment to resume jobs. And I can tell you, it is a sad thing. I'm very sure if we ask those ones who are standing in front of us or sitting in front of us, you will find many are graduates. They went to school, but they have no jobs. The cost of rehabilitation and de-addiction is, however, very prohibitive and out of reach of many of the ones who sit in front of you. We must, therefore, as leaders, adapt a working strategy to prevent the younger generation from being introduced to consumption of psychoactive substances. This far, I have spoken to more than 6,000 high school students and about 3,000 college students and university students on the topic of mental health, well-being, and drug and substance abuse, and the boy-child agenda that I'm driving now. Positive parenting must also be embraced in homes where children are not exposed to alcohol or other immoral behavior. Technology and media are also tools in use to introduce our children to these addictions. The NACADA National Survey on the status of drugs and substance use in Kenya show that our children in this republic are initiated into consumption of different drugs at a very tender age. A glimpse of statistics are like the way I am going to read for you. Tobacco, they start at 6 years. Alcohol, 7 years. Cannabis, 8 years. Prescription drugs, 8 years. Cat, 9 years. Heroin, 18 years. Cocaine, 20 years. To prevent this early introduction into the consumption of drugs and substance abuse and neurological disorders, my office has rolled out a preventive program to the schools. We must raise a generation that can say no to drugs and a negative peer pressure. Remember, today's bashes and parties, dances, outings have juices, cakes, and cookies laced with drugs. Drug use has also been made fashionable with the entry of e-cigarettes. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank the NACADA team which has supported us in these preventive programs by sending their officers to speak it to the school children whenever we call upon them. Thank you very much, NACADA. My cry as a mother to the drug traffickers, brewers of changa, and other ponted brews is stop this business. Stop killing my sons. Stop killing my daughters. Look for something else to do. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been working around the clock to reduce addiction in Kenya. His Excellency the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, and His Excellency the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, have openly expressed the desire for a sober nation. Under the Boy Child program, the first group we took for rehabilitation was from a feeding program undertaken at the Dawn Home Church. I thank APEC for hosting 28 of the young men in different rehabilitation. I thank APRAC for hosting 28 of the young men in different rehabilitation centers. The second lot of 65 that we placed in a recovery center after screening 1,000 are in Nyeri County in Timau. Last week, I also visited the 65 who we took to a rehabilitation center in Timau, and I'm very pleased by their progress and their turnaround. Na nilipowaona sasa hata tulienda tukasema next week I'm going to take them suits because they are already looking like fine gentlemen. They are healthier, they are looking brighter, and they are composed. They have been skilled in hairdressing. They are doing beadwork, which they are selling. They are doing chicken rearing. They are also doing pig keeping and crop and vegetable farming. Their dreams have been reignited, and they are now speaking about serving the nation in different ways. This is what I want for the ones who are sitting in front of me. Their journey has been one of resilience and growth. This is a success story we hope to replicate across the 47 counties in Kenya. Furthermore, in Kiambu County, We have established community-based rehabilitation in Githunguri and in the slums of Kiandutu, Thika, and Juja town. Community-based rehabilitation is an internationally accepted practice in rehabilitation that encourages the involvement of community in the rehabilitation process and the easier reintegration of those who are in drugs and who get treated. We have also witnessed the profound impact of our ongoing boy child feeding program in South B at Pefa Church, and we want to thank you for the 400 young men who are feeding there. The feeding programs are a gateway to discovery and change, where men are empowered and mentored by the clergy. As indicated in the last week, we held a drug and substance screening medical camp in the areas I stated. 750 men and women were screened, and 575 young men were identified as needing rehabilitation in different levels, namely clinical rehabilitation, wellness camp, outpatient, and community rehabilitation. Today, we launched the commencement of the clinical rehabilitation at different rehabilitation centers that we have partnered and with wellness camp here at ASK Jamhuri Park. At the medical camp, we realized the diverse health needs of those who have addictions. They have, like where we went, they have missing teeth, their sight is compromised, and numerous of them have physical injuries from falls and fights. They have low blood sugar, and others, they do not, because others do not take water and their kidneys are affected. They have skin conditions also and are prone to cholera because of the environment in which they live. To have a holistic approach to their rehabilitation, I'm calling medics and volunteers who can be able to donate their skills towards the restoration of the bodies of the boys and men who are before you.